Having nothing to travel to the year 183 of the Three Kingdoms, not only was his attributes pitifully low, but the first general summoned was also Stinky Mouth and Ihang. Believe that there will be miracles in this world, because as long as you are scolded by Ihang once, you can randomly increase one attribute point. Keywords of the novel. The little insect of the Three Kingdoms becomes a god without pop-ups. The little insect of the Three Kingdoms becomes a god. TXT complete collection download. The little insect of the Three Kingdoms becomes a god. Latest chapter reading. Chapter 1. Traveling through the Three Kingdoms as the Playmaster. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Traveling through the Three Kingdoms as the Playmaster, head empty, limbs twitching. Looking at the rustling grass and trees in the mountains, feeling the cool autumn breeze. I don't know how I came to the Three Kingdoms period. No, it was 183 AD, which was the 6th year of Emperor Ling of Han's Guanghe reign. And next year, the Yellow Turban Rebellion will occur, opening up a chaotic world. Faced with the era of rising stars and sudden changes, I couldn't help but shout out, "Your master! You let me travel through, and you also gave me warm clothes. How could I come wearing big shorts?" Looking at the equipment on my body at this moment, my heart is filled with infinite sorrow. Before I traveled, it was summer. Now I'm wearing a pair of big shorts that can't cover my knees, with a design of a sailboat from the seaside printed on it. Holding half a bottle of unfinished beer in his hand, Su Yuping from the label of the Green Lancer brand grinned and said, "Brewed with mountain spring water, why not have 3 more? Your grandfather. On such a cold day, do you want me to drink beer? Cho. I have already started sneezing." Fortunately, I appeared on the mountain and there were not many people around. If I appear in the bustling city, why don't people arrest me as a naked runner? No, it's getting colder and colder now. I looked at half a bottle of beer in my hand, and finally took a few sips into my stomach. At least it's beer made from maltose syrup, how can it replenish some energy? After taking a few sips of beer, I really feel better now. Although there is a bit of ice in the stomach, the body is still slightly warm under the influence of alcohol. And just then, a voice suddenly rang out in my mind. Bingo! Welcome to the Three Kingdoms system, I am the system elf Xiaojian. Can I help you, dear? Haha. Haha. I was so happy that my mouth was about to tilt. Sure enough, there are benefits. There is indeed a cheating tool. The golden age of the Three Kingdoms will open for me. The fierce generals of the world, all the beauties, brother, I'm here. Haha. System elf sword, isn't it? I said casually, first, give me warm and cool clothes, and then give me 20 yuan worth of grilled skewers. If it's hot, add more cumin. Sorry, currently the system cannot provide you with physical assistance, only information can be provided for you. Players mainly want to obtain material rewards, and they also need to obtain them themselves, said Xiao Jian's voice. What? Can't we provide physical items? I couldn't help but furrow my brows and ask again, can't even get a piece of clothing. Alright, big brother of the system, I'm freezing to death. No way. This is the system configuration, and I can't change it either, Xiao Jian said again. Okay, only information, right? So tell me, what information can you give me? I asked. At present, the attribute values of the gamer are Commander 36, Force 46, Intelligence 56, Politics 54, Charm 27. Xiao Jian said. Your grandfather. Is this too low? I couldn't help but grit my teeth and say, I don't say that Guan Yu and Zhang Fei have 99 or 98 martial arts, but at least you have to give me 70 or 80 martial arts, right? Otherwise, if I run into a mountain bandit, I'll have to get a boxed lunch. Also, why is my charm only around 20 points? This game mainly wants to recruit elite soldiers and generals, not just based on this one face. Who can handle the charm of over 20 points? Sorry, based on the level of the gamer's past life, that's the number. Xiao Jian said, but what I can tell you is that the average number of ordinary people in the Han Dynasty is currently 50. Your intelligence and politics have exceeded the average line, so you still have a certain advantage. Your sister. Even if I exceed these points, I have an advantage, I said angrily. With just my intelligence level, I can't even be a bookkeeper in the Three Kingdoms. Are you really forcing me to pick up a boxed lunch? You better hurry up and talk about how I can improve my abilities. Players can enhance their personal abilities through apprenticeship, cultivation, battles, and special circumstances, said Xiao Jian. You're really talking nonsense. At this moment, I almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. Nonsense. I also know that apprenticeship and cultivation can increase personal points, but who accepts me? Is it just because of my charm value of over 20 points, or is it because of this beer bottle in my hand? Master Gamer. If you have no further questions, the system will shut down. Xiao Jian said, when you need help from the system, just call Xiao Jian's name lightly to start the system. Wait. Xiao Do hemp bag. At this moment, I quickly shouted and changed my pleading tone, saying, Master System. Brother Sword. Please give me some hard work. If you really quit like this, maybe you won't see me again in the future. Just give me something, and it will give me some capital to stand up in this chaotic world, right? Oh. By the way. I almost forgot. Xiao Jian paused for a moment and then said, in celebration of the latest release of the glorious game, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13, the system has launched a Lucky Will event. Every player who opens the system for the first time can get a chance to win a wheel lottery. Through the lottery, players will have the opportunity to win generals, armies, money, official positions, weapons, armor, famous horses, beautiful women, and even directly win a city. Excuse me, do you want to hold a lottery now? Smoke, smoke, smoke. Of course I smoke. I said pitifully, brother system, could you please give me something good? I can't bear the blow anymore. Sorry, Xiao Jian cannot interfere with the system's operation. The system's lottery will be based on the player's charm value for prize giving. Xiao Jian said. Charm value. Your sister. I almost spat out old blood again and murmured, my charm value is only 27 points. Are you trying to prank me? Didi, the system is running. At this moment, Xiao Jian ignored me and just kept emitting the sound of Didi. And at this moment, I couldn't help but pray to heaven and say, oh my goodness. Please give me some good rewards, let my character explode once. Once is good. It's best to give me a city directly. If not, give me some powerful army. Tiger and leopard cavalry, trapped camps, and Shilian iron cavalry. With an army, you have the foundation to stand. At the worst, give me some powerful generals, such as the 5 tiger generals, the 5 sons of good generals, Don Ning, Zhou Tai, Su Chu, and Jian Wei. I don't mind either. Weapons, famous horses, beautiful women, and so on. If you give them to me, I have to continue selling them. Go. Although it's a pity to sell the beautiful woman, let's save our lives for now. In this cold weather, no matter what kind of beautiful woman I am, I won't be able to enjoy it. Didi, congratulations to the player for obtaining a general. Xiao Jian said. General. It's okay, it meets my minimum requirements. Which general is it? Jin Ma Chao, or Meizhou Lang? It can't be LV Bu, right? Haha. I said excitedly. Congratulations to the player for obtaining General Ni Hein, Commander 64, Force 46, Intelligence 93, and Politics 21. Special Attribute. Cheap Mouth. Attribute Characteristics. Spit at anyone you see. Regardless of who you are talking to, offend you to the death with just one mouth, which belongs to the top bunkers of ridicule skills. The person being sprayed has an intelligence of 50, lasts for a whole day, and immediately increases their killing impulse by 200%. However, if the person being sprayed is full of joy and humbly accepts your opinions, it is highly likely to increase their attribute by 1 point. If the person being sprayed accepts your opinions 3 times in a row, then you are likely to increase your attribute by 1 point, said Xiaojian. As soon as I heard Xiaojian's explanation, I almost went crazy and shouted out loud, "Let me go. Did you give me a paper-based MT, System Master? Oh my God. If you want me to die, just let me hang up. Why did you want me to give you a scolding before I died?" With a scolding, my intelligence decreased by 50, and my IQ became a single-digit number. My TMD. Alright, this is the end of the lottery. 886, drop. At this moment, Xiaojian heard me start using foul language and actually went offline directly. I'll go. Azu. I've been talking to Xiaojian for a while now, and my drunkenness has passed. I can't help but feel cold again. At this moment, I looked around and saw that there was nothing in this barren mountain range. It seems that I should go down the mountain to look for any houses. Sigh. Even if you are a beggar now, you must first find something to eat and some clothes. Fortunately, my intelligence is 56 points, slightly higher than the average person. I hope the System Master can send an I-Hang over later, otherwise my intelligence will become single digits. How could I become a beggar, a very promising profession? But at this moment, I suddenly heard a voice shouting at me, "Kid. Are you a naked runner? Be careful, I kicked you in the triangle of this idiot, causing your egg to split into pieces." The 6-part short little ding was mixed with chicken feathers, broken and scattered, and died on the spot. Under the 9 springs, you were very helpless and uncomfortable. It took you nearly 100 million years to recover from your injuries and reincarnate. After 100 million years, I never expected to meet you again. Seeing you naked, with wounds and holes all over your body, you were very disgusting. You have a face like a ghost, a figure like Beiji, and 7 orifices bleeding. The originally 6-point long little ding-ding has shortened by 4/5. Watching you look so miserable, I couldn't help but laugh 3 times, without saying a word, I rushed over and kicked again. You. I'll go, you're so angry with your grandfather. When I heard such malicious words, I was so angry that I spewed out a mouthful of old blood. I felt like my intelligence had turned into single digits, and I wanted to find a brick to kill this talking guy. Haha. How are you? Are you impressed by my talent? At this moment, I heard the voice say again, "Then if you don't kneel down 3 times, bow and kowtow 9 times, and dedicate your fields, houses, and your beautiful wife, I will spare you from death." Ni Heng. So the person who spoke is Ni Heng. I see you're in a hurry to be reincarnated. If you want to die, let's die together. It's better not to wear this sad journey through the 3 kingdoms. Wait. Is this product yours? At this point, I carefully examined the guy across from me with my single-digit IQ. Isn't this just a child around 10 years old? He is the famous stinky mouth in history, Ni Heng. Oh, by the way. I remember Ni Heng was born in 173, and now it's 183, isn't it just 10 years old? Although my intelligence has decreased, the good thing is that my memory is still there. At this moment, I looked at Nye Heng, who was only 10 years old, and his small, flattened face was raised to the sky. However, his clothes were quite good, with a large long shirt covering his knees and long sleeves almost hanging down to his knees. Well, is this the long shirt popular in the Han dynasty? Although it may look too big on children, it fits perfectly on me. Humph, you little brat, you're trying to find your own way to death, but no wonder I am. The first thing that the protagonist of this game does when traveling through the 3 kingdoms is to fight, and rob. Are you Ni Heng? The host gritted his teeth and moved his feet a few steps, because there was a three-pointed stone buried in the soil. Humph. Even the 10-year-old Xiao Niheng didn't say a word, so he untied his long shirt and took off his pants, revealing his little ding-ding. At this moment, a gust of autumn wind blew and his little ding-ding swayed twice in the wind. Holy crap, what does this guy want? At this moment, I saw you give me a fair look and say, humph. You two fools are not worthy to talk to me. Go talk to my second brother. I'll go. You're so angry with me. I was so angry that I spat out old blood again. It wasn't until then that I understood. Why Cao Cao, Lu Biao, and Huang Zhu wanted to kill this guy so much. You are truly the world's top bunkers, the only mocking MT. At this moment, as Niheng once again used his mocking skill, my IQ directly went from single digits to negative, which was a tearful experience. I didn't even have the strength to vomit blood anymore, so I just lay on the ground and said half dead, yes, Lord Niheng is right. My intelligence has basically bid farewell to bicycles. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's low mouth reward, Intelligence +1. Currently, the gamer has 36 generals, 46 martial arts, 57 intelligence, 54 politics, and 27 charm. The voice of Xiao Jian suddenly came in. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's low mouth reward. Force +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander of 36, force 47, intelligence 57, politics 54, and charm 27. The voice of Xiao Jian came again. Holy crap, with 2 beeps from the system, my intelligence quickly took over the high ground again. Perhaps after improving my intelligence, the buff that originally reduced my IQ by 50 points was covered, but now I can think normally again. This is really a miracle. After my IQ turned negative, I didn't kill you. This is what we call stupid people having stupid blessings, right? My intelligence has increased by 1 point, my brain is spinning faster than before, and my strength has increased by 1 point. I feel like I'm not as cold anymore. Oh, not bad. At this point, I have come to understand that if I think from another perspective, this Niheng is a tool for brushing attributes. As long as I can hold back from killing Yuheng, wouldn't my own attributes be casually improved? If I were to create attributes such as 200 force, 200 commander, 200 intelligence, 200 politics, and 200 charm, I wouldn't be able to occupy the entire earth. At this moment, as soon as I thought about it, my eyebrows furrowed and I had a plan. I immediately picked 2 dog-tail grass from the ground and stuffed them into my ears. Well, now the sound outside is almost inaudible, even if Niheng talks again, it's like a mosquito humming. At this moment, Xiao Niheng saw that I was ignoring him, so he opened his mouth and said a few more words. Can't hear, I'm not angry at all. After he finished speaking, I said with a try-and-see attitude, yes, Lord Niheng is right. My admiration for you is like a continuous flowing river, and like the Yellow River flooding uncontrollably. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's low mouth reward. Charm +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander-in-chief of 36, 47 in force, 57 in intelligence, 54 in politics, and 28 in charm. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. Ding dong. Niheng has accepted opinions 3 times in a row, received rewards, and gained +1 in politics. Currently, Niheng has a commander of 64, 46 in force, 93 in intelligence, and 22 in politics. The voice of Xiao Jian came again. Ha. Really good. This bug is just a bunker. Go on, my favorite, my male god, my Lord Niheng. Today I want to become a god overnight. At this moment, Xiao Niheng was obviously a bit surprised when he heard me speak so humbly, and then he said a few more words. Of course, I didn't hear a single hair. When I saw Xiao Nieheng raising his flattened face again, I knew he had finished speaking. At this moment, I said again, yes, yes, Lord Nieheng is right. Lord Nieheng is like the rising sun, his path is bright, the river flows with a torrent, and the vast ocean flows, the hidden dragon soars into the abyss, and its scales and claws fly, the young tiger howls in the valley, and all the beasts tremble and tremble, the eagle and falcon test their wings, and the wind and dust suck, the first child of a strange flower is like an emperor, the general's hair is clear, and there is a shining light, the sky wears its tsang, and the earth walks on its yellow, there are countless ages, and there are 8 wastelands. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Ni Heng's cheap mouth reward, political +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander of 36, 47 in strength, 57 in intelligence, 55 in politics, and 28 in charm. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. Ni Heng's little eyes twirled a few times before saying a few more words. Then I continued, yes, yes, Lord Nieheng is right. Lord Nieheng has shocked me so much that I can hardly move. Every time I listen to Lord Nieheng's teachings, my admiration increases by several points. I always wonder if there is a god who is flexible under Lord Nieheng's graceful appearance, to the extent that he can make people lose touch with meat for 3 months, leaving lingering sounds and endless 3 days. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Ni Heng's low mouth reward. Commander +1. Currently, the gamer has Commander 37, Force 47, Intelligence 57, Politics 55, and Charm 28. The voice of Xiao Jian came again. At this moment, Ni Heng said and I said, ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's mouth is cheap reward. Charm +1. Currently, the gamer has 37 commanders, 47 martial arts, 57 intelligence, 55 politics, and 29 charm. Ding dong. Ni Heng has accepted opinions 3 times in a row, received rewards, and has an intelligence of +1. Currently, Ni Heng has a commander of 64, 46 in force, 94 in intelligence, and 22 in politics. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. Ni Heng said, I keep talking, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The night of autumn in 183 AD is known as the Night of Miracles. On this night, the wheels of history rolled forward, the rivers of history washed away the sand, and a great man spanning 5,000 years and his most stunning supporter, Ni Heng, was born from then on. End of this chapter. Chapter 2. Fighting Black Bears on the Cliff Ridge. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 2 Fighting Black Bears on the Cliff Ridge. Early the next morning I'll go. I'm really tired of brushing attributes. Yesterday, I talked to Ni Heng from day to night, and then from night to day. When the sun shone on this small hill again, I couldn't hold on anymore. As soon as I said, Your Excellency Nieheng was right, I collapsed to the ground. At this moment, I felt a burning pain from my lips to my throat. Holy crap, my mouth is bursting and my throat is so hoarse that I can't say a word anymore. And now, what about looking at Xiao Nieheng again? He was already sitting on the ground with his back up and down. I saw him with dark circles under his eyes and purple lips. It seems that he is already exhausted to the point of exhaustion. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Ni Heng's low mouth reward. Charm +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander-in-chief of 77, 87 in force, 93 in intelligence, 90 in politics, and 91 in charm. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. After a day and night of flashing, my attributes have increased by more than 200 points, with intelligence, politics, and charm reaching over 90 points, and I have already reached the level of a second-rate monarch. Although my commanding officer is slightly lower, only 77 points, I will continue to flash the machine in the future. If we have another overnight conversation, we can immediately explode Cao Cao and Lu De. Looking at Xiao Niheng's attributes, he also increased by more than 70 points overnight, becoming a commander with 75 points, 57 points in strength, 110 points in intelligence, and 52 points in politics. Oh my grandma. Didn't I even use force at 87 o'clock? Why are I still tired like my grandson? At this moment, I rolled over on the ground in pain and couldn't help but mutter to myself. Ding dong. Playmaster, this question can be answered by Xiao Jian. I only heard Xiao Jian's voice. Don't say that your strength is only 87. Even Guan Yu, who has a strength of 99, and LV Bu, who has a strength of 103. If you don't eat or drink all day, you will have to get tired and lie down. People are iron, and food is steel. You have been in this world for almost a whole day, and if you don't eat anything more, you really have a chance to travel again. I'll go, okay. Go find something to eat, I said as I pulled out the dog-tail grass from my ear. Even if I have the intention to kill you again, I don't have the strength anymore, so there's no need to block my ears. At this moment, Nieheng saw me get up and saw him open his mouth. He actually spoke again, Lord. Heng believes that the urgent task is to go to Kyoto. You should know that although the world is about to become chaotic, the land of turmoil is still in Luoyang. Ha! Returning to the Lord. Why did I become the Lord now? Is Xiao Jian there? Explain to me, what's going on? I said in surprise. Ding dong. Report to the gamer, the main reason why Nieheng has a cheap mouth and is hated by others is that his intelligence value is too high, and his political value is too low, which is why he relies on his talent and wealth. This is what we call intelligence too high, but emotional intelligence too low. However, since Nieheng's political value reached 40, he has become more reliable and doesn't say anything about being hated. After his political value reached 50, he can basically speak like a normal person. Xiao Jian said, currently, his political value is 52, and with his intelligence value reaching 110, he is already a very good strategist. As long as his political value reaches 50, he can basically speak like a normal person. If he doesn't want to use his mocking skills, there's basically no need to worry about him blowing you up with just one sentence. Of course, given his current extremely high intelligence level, if he really wants to anger you, the damage you'll receive will also be greatly increased. Oh, that's it. But he also called me Lord, so he probably doesn't want to anger me to death directly. It seems like if there's nothing unexpected, I don't need to block my ears and listen to him speak. Looking at Niheng's small black circles, I couldn't help but feel a tightness in my heart and said habitually, yes, Lord Niheng is right. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's mouth is cheap reward. Force +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander-in-chief of 77, force of 88, intelligence of 93, politics of 90, and charm of 91. Ding dong. Niheng has received a new skill reward of crazy for accepting opinions 3 times in a row. After Niheng mocks the target, he increases the target's killing impulse by 300% and has a 10% chance of directly infuriating the target. There is also a 30% chance of attracting attacks from 310 people around the target. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. I'll go. Niheng's mocking skill really has a significant increase in power. This guy's skill has actually changed from individual mockery to group mockery. Xiao Nieheng has a 10% chance of directly infuriating the target, it's really satisfying. If on the battlefield or in front of the 2 armies, let Xiao Nieheng curse like this, and there is a 10% chance of cursing the other general to death. If he curses 10 times, it is 100%. No matter how bold Lu Bu is, he cannot stop my little Niheng's 10 words. If you come across someone with a strong aura, such as Zhou Yu and Wang Lang, wouldn't you be killed in just one sentence? Jinping, the character of Ni Heng, is truly my son's house, I exclaimed sincerely. My lord is ridiculous. However, my lord, although the top priority now is to go to Luoyang, let's find something to eat first. I can't hold on to my throat anymore. Xiao Ni Heng's voice sounded like a duck being pinched by someone. Shan, just now at sunrise, I saw some wild peach trees on the cliff ahead. Let's go up the mountain and eat some peaches first, I said. It didn't look far from the foot of the mountain, but I took Xiao Ni Heng and walked for half an hour to reach the cliff. There are 7 or 8 peach trees on this cliff, and they are completely ripe. At this point, I picked one and took a bite. I'm going, it's really sweet and juicy. This refreshing taste, pure natural green wild peaches, makes every bite sweet to the heart. The fruits produced by fertilizers and pesticides in modern society are simply incomparable. I picked and ate at the same time, eating more than 20 in one breath before finally stopping. And Xiao Ni Heng also ate a lot, throwing around more than 10 peach stones. And as I waited for the peaches to fill up and the sun shone warm on me, my drowsiness gradually surged. But just as I was about to close my eyes, a rustling sound suddenly came from the grass, and a small animal was about to run past me. And at this moment, I grabbed it and actually caught it. Well, it's a big wild rabbit. Good guy, the 88-point force is extraordinary, it's amazing. Oh, my lord actually caught a wild rabbit, so our lunch has also arrived. Ni Heng saw the rabbit in my hand and swallowed his saliva, saying, this rabbit may only weigh 10 pounds, right? Autumn rabbits are so fat. When I heard Ni Heng talk about a 10-pound rabbit, I remembered that the weight unit of the Han dynasty was different from modern times. The 10 gene of the Han dynasty is equivalent to the modern 6 or 7 gene, but the 6 or 7 gene rabbits are not small either. I said, Lord Nyeheng, what is this mountain called? It's really my blessed land. I couldn't help but laugh and say, I first met you, and then I met a rabbit. They all made me easy to catch, At this moment, Xiao Ni Heng put a black line on his head and said, Lord, the rabbit is easy to catch, but I'm not. I talked to you deeply for a day and a night, and was moved by your attitude of opening up with gold and stone. However, if you want to say that this mountain is your blessed land, don't be blindly optimistic. This mountain is called Cliff Ridge, which is named after it. There are not many families on this cliff ridge, and there are quite a few wild animals, but I also heard that there are many tigers and black bears on this mountain. Tiger, black bear. I'll go. At this moment, I couldn't help feeling a little nervous inside. Although my force value is not low, I am still a little worried when I think about wild mountains and wild animals on the way. At this moment, Xiao Ni Heng looked at my expression and felt a little nervous. He smiled and said, my lord is so skilled, isn't he afraid of the black bear being blind? Black bear. Not good. My lord, behind you. Black blind. I'm going, isn't it true? Ni Heng, your mouth is stinky. Whatever you say, come what you say. At this moment, I jumped up and turned around to see that there was actually a big black bear about 10 meters behind me. And this black bear's body is fat and strong, afraid to weigh 300 to 400 pounds, right? Holy crap! At this moment, the black bear saw me jump up and surprisingly rushed straight towards me. And at this point, I can't even care about my own 88 points of strength, that's just running away. But the black bear somehow recognized me and ran after me all the way. Lord, run around the bend. If you run straight, you can't run a black bear. Ni Heng shouted. Holy crap! Upon hearing Xiao Ni Heng's shout, I remembered why this black blind man didn't look for you, Xiao Ni Heng. He just threw himself up at me, weighing over 100 pounds. Is he really blind? But the speed of this black bear really makes Xiao Nieheng right. It runs so fast. At this moment, I turned around and saw that the black bear was running like an off-road vehicle, with a speed of no less than 40 miles per hour. As I watched it get closer and closer to me, I seemed to be able to smell the bloody smell in its mouth. At this moment, I quickly took a turn under a tree and circled around with the black blind man. Sure enough, Xiao Ni Heng was right. The black bear's body was clumsy, and its speed slowed down noticeably in a circle, while I took the opportunity to suddenly run several meters away. Here you are. At this moment, I threw the rabbit in my hand at the black bear and thought to myself, Mr. Bear, hurry up and catch the rabbit. I've been eating over 100 pounds of gutter oil for 20 years, you must have indigestion. Of course, as someone with 88 points of strength, my skills are really good. The gray rabbit in my hand is hitting the head of the black bear. But what I didn't expect was that I threw it accurately, but I couldn't stop the rabbit running fast. Now the black bear's speed is only 40 miles, but this rabbit actually rushed out at a speed of 80 miles and disappeared into the grass in the blink of an eye. At this moment, the black bear hesitated for a moment and surprisingly charged towards me again. I'll go. What should we do? What should we do? I couldn't help but daydream. By the way, didn't I hear that when encountering a bear in the forest, one can pretend to be dead? No, definitely not. Now that my intelligence has passed 90, I realize in the blink of an eye that it's not working. I was gasping for breath while running just now. If I really want to pretend to be dead, I have to hold my breath, right? Lord! Cover the black blind man's head with clothes. At this moment, only Ni Heng's voice could be heard. Ha! Xiao Nieheng's 110-point intelligence is really impressive. He didn't know when he had climbed onto a big tree and even threw his fat and big coat at me. At this moment, I jumped up and picked up little Ni Heng's clothes, then took the black bear and circled around in the forest. Lord! Run towards the cliff. Ni Heng shouted loudly again. Cliff. Good idea. I instantly understood what Nie Heng was going to do. So I took the black bear for half a circle and then came to the vicinity of the cliff. And at this moment, a gust of wind blew over the cliff. I reached out and covered little Ni Heng's clothes with the wind, covering the black bear's head. Ahem. The black bear suddenly disappeared from sight and scratched its head with its claws. And by this time, I had already come behind the black bear and used all my strength to kick it hard on its buttocks. Hee, who would have thought this black bear was as fat as a ball? Under my kick, the black bear flipped over and rolled towards the cliff. And at this moment, I once again saw the right moment and kicked it over. Ah. Poop. With a loud bang, the black bear fell off a cliff nearly 100 meters high and seemed to be dead. I'll go. Not to mention, these 88 points of strength are really impressive. Although I'm panting heavily, my physical strength hasn't diminished at all. Even if I run for another hour, there won't be any problem. My lord, you are brave. Killing a 500-pound black bear with your bare hands is like being a hero. Ni Heng had already come behind me at some point. In my eyes, the black bear weighing over 300 pounds actually weighed 500 pounds in the Han dynasty of Nieheng. Hee, isn't it thanks to my strategists Ni Heng and Ni Jinping's advice to let the enemy roll off the cliff on their own? I smiled and glanced at Xiao Ni Heng, saying, Your Majesty praised me. Ni Heng said. The military commander has worked hard. I also smiled and said. At the same time, Ni Heng and I both made a bow and laughed heartily together. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's mouth is cheap reward. Charm +1. Currently, the gamer has a commander-in-chief of 77, force of 88, intelligence of 93, politics of 90, and charm of 92. Ding dong. Ni Heng's plan is successful and he has obtained a special skill. Trap Level 1. When designing a trap to lure the enemy, the success rate increases by 5%. The voice of the sword came. End of this chapter. Chapter 3. I am also the queen of King Jing of Zhongshan. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. I am also the queen of King Jing of Zhongshan. Jianya Ridge is a small mountain south of Pingyuan County. Ni Heng and I found the body of the black bear again at the foot of the mountain, and then made a wooden sled to pull the black bear. It took us half a day to arrive at Pingyuan County. The Pingyuan County of the Han Dynasty belonged to Lini County in present-day Dezhou City, Shandong Province. More than 100 miles southwest is now Jinan, with over 100,000 households in Pingyuan County and several thousand households in the county seat. Ni Heng's family lived in Pingyuan County. With Ni Heng, the local snake, selling black bears became much more convenient. As soon as they entered the county town, Ni Heng took me straight to the butcher Lao Wang's shop. At noon this autumn, when old Wang was about to faint for a while, he heard the noise outside the door. At this moment old Wang stretched out his head to take a look and saw a man wearing only a strange pair of shorts, with muscles bulging all over his body, pulling a wooden sled towards his shop. At this moment, many neighbors around were pointing and discussing the big black bear being pulled on the wooden sled. Due to my military strength reaching 88 points, I unknowingly had lumps on my body. Just now, I looked at the river myself, and even if it wasn't as strong as the young Schwarzenegger, I had to be as strong as Stallone. With this muscle as a facade, even wearing only a pair of big shorts would not be so awkward. At this moment, I made several bodybuilding postures towards the little girl watching, which immediately caused screams. Oh my! This brave warrior, dare you ask if you killed this black bear? Old Wang quickly welcomed him out of the store and said. It was me who accidentally killed a bear, I said shamelessly. Oh my, the brave warrior is really skilled in martial arts. This black bear is the big black bear on the cliff ridge, right? It has harmed the lives of passers-by in recent years. Oh, isn't it? Why isn't there a blade on this black bear? How did you catch and kill this black bear, brave warrior? Old Wang asked again. This black bear didn't withstand a fight, and I was beaten to death by Sanjia with just a few punches and kicks. Whenever I started bragging, Sanjia would just blow it up a bit. Oh my, the hero is truly a divine weapon that has descended to the world. How do you dare to call the hero? Old Wang asked again. Sa Jia. I am the 15th generation descendant of Emperor Gaozu, after King Jing of Zhongshan. My single name is Yi Jian, with the courtesy name Yoji. My father once said, a gentleman is like a sword, it is better to bend than to bend. That's why he gave me this name. Lu Der once impersonated the descendants of King Jing of Zhongshan, deceiving countless people. Today, I will also borrow your creativity. You should know that the Lu surname is a family in the world. By the time of Emperor Ling of Han, the Lu surname had become the largest clan in the world, with millions of people. If they impersonate, who can find out clearly? But I have to ask, why didn't Liu Bei find a prince as his ancestor in the Eastern Han royal family of Emperor Guanwu Lu Xiu, and choose Prince Shanjing Lu Sheng to impersonate him? Because Emperor Wu of Han, Lu Che, the most talented and strategic figure in the history of the Han dynasty, was the biological brother of Prince Jing of Zhongshan, Lu Sheng. He recognized Prince Jing of Zhongshan as his ancestor and relied on the big tree of Emperor Wu of Han. At the same time, Prince Jing of Zhongshan, Lu Sheng, had a good reputation as a Han dynasty's British fiefdom, and was able to inherit the virtues of loyalty and filial piety. So Lu De chose to be the descendant of King Jing of Zhongshan after thousands of choices. Now I also say that I am a descendant of King Jing of Zhongshan. One day when I see Lu De, I will have a good chat with you and see if you can still pretend, Oh my! I didn't expect that Lu Zhuangshi would still be a descendant of the imperial family. It's really disrespectful. The descendants of the imperial family are really heroes. As soon as I heard my big deception, old Wang's attitude became even more respectful, and the neighbors around him couldn't help but marvel even more. So old Wang quickly respectfully said, Lu Zhuangshi came to my shop to have me dismember this black bear for you, right? Please wait a moment in my shop, and I will slaughter this black bear for the hero. Ding dong. The player Lu Jian killed the black bear with bare hands, earning a reputation value of 100 points. Currently, the player's reputation value is 100 points. By participating in the Lucky Roulette lottery with reputation values, the player will have the opportunity to win generals, armies, money, official positions, weapons, armor, famous horses, beautiful women, and even directly win a city. May I ask the player, are you going to draw now? At this moment, the system elf Xiao Jian's cheap voice rang out again. Damn it! Can you still draw a prize through reputation? Does this reputation still exist after the draw? I whispered at this moment. Of course it was deducted. If it's not deducted, wouldn't you be able to draw unlimited prizes, said Xiao Jian. But the fact that I killed the black bear has already made the neighbors in Pingyuan County aware. If you deduct my reputation value, will they forget about it? I asked again. Of course I won't forget it. But after deducting the reputation value, they will remember the fact that you killed the black bear as an ordinary thing, just like how Wang Butcher kills a pig every day. Xiao Jian said. Oh, I understand a bit now. After thinking for a moment, I said again, can you explain to me first what impact this reputation value has on me? Also, what can be extracted from consuming reputation values? Reputation value is like group charm value. Your charm value only affects the people you can directly contact, but reputation value can make you gain the favor and recognition of everyone in the world. For example, if your reputation value reaches 10,000 points, you will become a celebrity in the entire Pingyuan County. The people will think of consulting you if they have anything, and if they have something precious, they will also think of trading with you. If your reputation value reaches 100,000 points, you will become a celebrity in the entire county, likely to be promoted to filial piety and integrity, promoted to Mao Kai, and directly become an official. If you can reach a reputation value of over 1 million, you don't need to do anything. Son, the emperor will recruit you to the court and at least give you a position as a 9 ministers. So, do you understand, said Xiao Jian. What can I exchange if I consume my reputation value? I asked again. Of course it's something of equal value. Xiao Jian then said, for example, if you spend 100 reputation points in a lottery, you may receive 1,000 baht, 10 stones of grain, a book, or a servant, etc. Of course, since it's a lottery, the prize will definitely fluctuate slightly based on its actual value. How much does it float? I quickly asked. Up to 10 times, down to 1 out of 100, hee, said Xiao Jian. I'll go, and whenever I mention the lottery, I get angry. Now, you guys who make games rely on these recharging lottery scams to cheat money. At this moment, I rolled my eyes and asked, I ask you, if it's my first time participating in a lottery, wouldn't there be any first-time recharge gifts or anything else? Don't say it, there really is. Xiao Jian said. Let's talk about it then. I couldn't help but be taken aback and said again. For the first time using 100 reputation points to participate in a lottery, in addition to normal prizes, you can also receive a large gift package worth 998 reputation points, including a majestic helmet, a set of majestic armor, a pair of powerful boots, a pair of majestic horse knives, and a juju-bred horse. How about it? It's better to move than to be tempted. Now participating in the Lucky Roulette large-scale lottery, you can immediately have it. At this time, the voice of the small sword was 2 like that of a TV salesperson. Well, not to mention, it's really worth it, I nodded lightly and said. Compared to the reputation value that is only useful if it exceeds 10,000 points, a reputation of 100 points is really not much. It is still very valuable to use it to exchange for weapons, equipment, not to mention lottery prizes. Of course, this so-called value is only worth it in the first lottery. If you exchange a reputation value for grain, 5 bot coins, and so on every time in the future, it's better to save up and seek an official position. Okay, give me 100 reputation points to draw a prize. I finally nodded and said. Ding dong, the system Xiaojian has received it and is currently extracting prizes for you. Didi. Xiaojian's voice came. Actually, I don't have much anticipation for this lottery. After all, just now I hit a black bear, and these bear skins, meat, paws, and bile can also be sold for 1 or 2,000 baht. However, I still have to go to Luoyang and purchase some clothes, weapons, food and drink, as well as hire carriages and other things. I estimate that I will have to spend all of this money. Now that the system has directly gifted armor and horses, it can leave some extra money in hand, which is also for future planning. However, speaking of which, this lottery system is really considerate. How does it look like a web game that cheats and recharges? Ding dong, congratulations to the player for obtaining the servant. Zhonyang. This lottery is over. The 998 reputation gift package worth of prizes will be presented later. The voice of Xiao Jian came. What? Did you get a servant or a woman? The gamer just said you're very considerate, you're really up to par. At this moment, I was a bit confused. Not to mention, this lottery alone is worth 100 reputation points. Not to mention a set of armor, horses, and so on. But if you come up and give me a woman, there won't be any ulterior motives, will there? No, it's a conspiracy, right? Hee hee, what kind of conspiracy could there be? I'm going offline first, 886, drip. This little sword actually went offline directly, probably because I'm afraid I'll discover something. Damn it, I'll torture you again next time. Excuse me, are you Mr. Lu Jian from the Lu family? At this moment, a voice sounded from behind me. Ah. I am Lu Jian, Lu Jian's Lu Jian's sword. I nodded and said. Oh my. Young Master Lu Jian, I've finally found you. You ran away from home yesterday, why didn't you wear any clothes? Well, your old lady sent me to bring you a set of armor. And this horse, which the old lady bought and sent me to give to you. You should put it on quickly. A young man reached out and handed me a big bundle, then handed me the reins of a Juju-bred horse. Oh, it was originally sent by my mother. Thank you. I smiled and took the bundle and reins. Wait, why do I feel a bit at a loss? This thing was given to me by the system Xiaojian, but when I shout like this, Xiaojian becomes my mother, right? TMD, how dare you set me up? Okay, young master, I remember. Let me tell you, I will definitely not draw after you break the lottery. I just saved up my reputation and recruited troops to conquer the world, After the little guy gave me something, he turned around and left, so I put on my armor first. Not to mention, this set of armor is really good. The outer layer is made of copper and the inner layer is made of soft deer skin. The outer layer is carved with various tiger head shapes using brass, protecting important parts such as shoulders, chest, wrists, elbows, knees, etc. After wearing it, it looks majestic. At this moment, I pulled out my horse sword again and saw that it was forged with precision steel, emitting a sparkling cold light. The decoration of the tiger's head on the horseback guard looks the same as armor. If I had this outfit this morning, why would that black blind man chase me for half a day? I went to dig it up in the morning. Also, this Juju-bred horse is not bad. It is a strong horse, with legs kicking 2 meters away and full of strength. Not to mention traveling thousands of miles a day, it is estimated that there will be no problem traveling 600 or 700 miles a day. Just as I finished wearing it, I saw Xiao Enai walking over from a distance, with a woman following behind him. "Lord, may I introduce you? This girl is the daughter of an old servant in my family, Jiunyan. She admires the Lord's demeanor and is willing to follow him." End of this chapter. Chapter 4. Tianxian Yulu Wine 151.2. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 5. Collecting a third-rank young marshal general. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Collecting a third-rank young marshal general. Xiao Jian, let me ask you. I'm drawing a lottery now, can I still get a big gift package? I asked. Sorry. The gift package was only given to the player during their first lottery draw, and it hasn't been available since then. I only heard the voice of Xiao Jian say, however, this lottery system has increased the reward amount. Through this lottery, the player may receive double the prize, which means they may receive 2,000 baht, 10 stones of grain, 2 books, or no smoking. Kneel down and rest, I said decisively. Player, listen to me. It's really possible to obtain a city and have a chance to directly obtain Jiaochan. Long-winded. When I can't cure you. Didi, I forced it to shut down directly. Humph, there's still a chance to get a city, but how about Jiaochan, treat me like a chick. For you lottery players, if there is a chance, there is no chance, and if there is another chance, you will never get the top goal. Think last time I drew a prize, this time I'm easy to deceive. The last lottery was because you gave me a set of armor as a gift, and now there are no additional prizes, so I won't draw. Hee, don't say it. This set of armor is still worth it. At this moment, I couldn't help but take a look at the armor on my body. Not to mention the exquisite design on this armor, just a dozen pounds of copper on this set of armor would cost 7,000 or 8,000 baht. At this moment, I took out the steel knife in my hand and wiped it again. I thought to myself, it's not time for you to unsheath yet, but it will be over soon. By next spring, you can accompany me to conquer the world and cut off all the yellow scarves. But just as I finished talking to myself, the gate of the yard was suddenly kicked open. At this moment, a masked person rushed in, holding a wooden stick in his hand and hitting my head. I'll go. Since I've been traveling, I've been talking about whatever I want. Is my steel knife going to be unsheathed earlier? At this moment, I looked at the wooden stick in front of me and immediately pulled out the steel knife. With a twist of my wrist and 2 clicks, I sliced the wooden stick from the masked person's hand into 3 sections. And the masked person obviously didn't expect my steel knife to be so sharp, and he was stunned. Humph, little sample. The robbery was so unprofessional that I was distracted, so I lifted my foot and hit his chest. Ah! The masked man was kicked out 7 or 8 steps by me, and then retreated outside the courtyard door. Ha! At this point, I also realized that this kid's body bones are pretty good. I had 88 points of strength, but I didn't kick him down. Lord! What's going on? At this moment, Xiao Enai heard the commotion and ran out. And when the masked man saw someone come out again, he turned around and wanted to run away. You run away. If you run away, you will be the wanted criminal of the government, and you won't be able to live a peaceful life from now on. At this moment, I shouted loudly, which scared the masked person to stop walking again. Yes, it is. You can run yourself, but you can't run home. If you run away, the government will catch your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters, and everyone will be killed with a stick alive. Moreover, even if you run faster, now the gate of Pingyuan County has been closed, and you will be caught in the morning. Then you will march in flail, and finally you will die of car cracking. Run. Your skills of mending knives are really first class. At this time, his words directly shocked the masked man. So, what should I do? As the masked man spoke, I listened to his voice, which was actually a young boy of 15 or 16 years old. What else can we do? Come in. I shook the steel knife in my hand and said. Okay. But one person can handle things one by one. You can kill me, but don't harm my parents. The boy's voice was about to cry, but he still walked in again. Stop talking nonsense. Take off your mask. Ni said fiercely at this moment. But the boy hesitated for a moment and still took off his mask. Ha! You kid, I know you. Aren't you Zhu Ling from Hedong village? At this moment, Ni said fiercely, you're not old enough, but you've actually developed skills. Dare to come to my territory to rob. Believe it or not, I'll put you on the stove and make roasted human flesh. I saw Ni's mocking skills activated again, and he was so scared that Zhu Ling couldn't say a word. Ha! Zhu Ling. When I heard his name, my heart couldn't help but move. I whispered, Xiao Jian, please check this person's attributes for me. Ding dong. Zhu Ling, currently Commander 52, Force 71, Intelligence 47, Politics 29. Peak attributes. Commander 65, Force 79, Intelligence 57, Politics 39. The voice of Xiao Jian came. Well, he is indeed a warrior. If I remember correctly, he should be a general of the Chao Wei group, but Cao Cao doesn't like him very much. He has always been a supporting role among supporting role. Of course, such third-rate generals will be caught in large numbers in the Three Kingdoms, just like those who make soy sauce. However, now my lord is just short of manpower. You're lucky, I'll just accept you. If I am a second-rate general now, then Zhu Ling is a third-rate general, still immature. But when I thought about this, my eyebrows furrowed again and I whispered, when I said Xiao Jian, why does Zhu Ling still have current attributes, peak attributes, and so on? When you first came out, why didn't you say that? Ding dong. Master, you obtained an Heng through a lottery, so he directly matched his peak attribute. Even if he is only 10 years old, he has reached his peak directly. However, the question you raised is very good, and the system will consider that the characters obtained from the lottery will no longer directly reach their peak value in the future. The voice of Xiao Jian came. No, that's great. Just reaching the peak directly doesn't mean you're wasting less saliva, I said quickly. Alas, if I draw another general in the future and still have to brush his attributes, wouldn't it exhaust me, Lord? Well, Playmaster, are you considering a lottery? Xiao Jian's voice came again. Kneel down and shut down. Didi, I directly turned off the system again. Zhu Ling, right. When I saw that you had scared him almost, I said to him. Tell me why you came here to rob me. If you tell the truth, I can consider not giving you to Lord Zhang, the supervisor of the county. My family is so poor that we can't afford it. Zhu Ling whispered, since this morning, I haven't had any meals. My younger siblings are so hungry that they cry, so I came out to think of something. Speak louder, it doesn't take any fuel. Ni slapped Zhu Ling on the back of the head, causing her to tremble again. What's more, you too. Yu slapped Zhu Ling on the back of his head again and said, even if you come to rob my lord's Yulu wine, who are you going to sell it to? You sell it to the supervisor of the county master. Do you think you stole it or you robbed it? Do you want the supervisor of the county master to directly put you in prison? Did I say I couldn't pick it up? Zhu Ling said obediently. Pa. Ni slapped Zhu Ling on the back of his head and said, you're lucky. You can pick up 1,500 baht or 2 of Yulu liquor on the street. Can you pick up 2 bottles for me to taste? 1,500 baht, 1 or 2. Do I really want to be beheaded? At this moment, Zhu Ling's tears rolled back and forth in her eyes, as they were about to drip. Alright, Jinping, don't scare him. At this moment, I stopped Ni Heng's small slap and shouted to Jianyang to heat up the leftover food for Zhu Ling, intending to feed him first. After a while, Zhu Ling saw that Jianyang had brought hot dishes and rice, so she wolfed them down. But just as he took a few bites, he stopped his mouth and said, "Sir, can I bring these meals back to my house?" "Well, that's okay." I nodded and said, "You can take these rice back. I also have a stone of corn here, and you can bring it back together. Oh, by the way, I have 1,000 baht here, and you can also take it back to your parents." "Ah. What do you mean, sir? Are you going to buy my life with money?" Zhu Ling became trembling again. "Hee, you've been thinking too much." I smiled and said, "What about you, bringing back so much food for your family, enough for your younger siblings to eat for a few days? You have hands and feet, and you have so much strength. Why don't you find a job to do it? I'm short of a gig here, would you like to follow me?" "Yes, of course I do. Don't worry, sir. I will definitely work hard for you. I will be loyal to you all my life." Zhu Ling quickly stood up and said solemnly. "Okay, that's all you need to say." I nodded and said, "You should have eaten all these dishes. Anyway, the city gate is closed, and you can't go back to the village if you want. Let's eat it first, and I'll bring you some back tomorrow." "Oh, okay." Zhu Ling wolfed it down again. The next morning, I had Ni Heng bring 1,000 baht and some grain to the Zhu Ling family, which was considered as an advance payment for Zhu Ling's wages. From then on, Zhu Ling began to do miscellaneous work in the Jianyang wine cellar. Although Zhu Ling is just a third-rate general, his strength is still quite impressive. A large can of rice wine weighing 100 pounds doesn't even shake when moved. Hee, it's really nice to have a younger brother. I don't have to do this kind of rough work myself. After I officially distilled alcohol in Jianyang's wine cellar, in order to prevent outsiders from learning the secret of distilled alcohol, I simply set up the equipment for distilled alcohol in the room and only allowed Jianyang to set up a small counter in the front yard to sell alcohol and collect money. As the name of this Yulu liquor spread, people began to come and buy it one after another. Although at the beginning, it was only the wealthy households in Pingyuan County who bought one or two liang with a tasting attitude. When the taste of Yulu liquor was tasted, these wealthy households could no longer resist it. Basically, a cart after cart of copper ingots and 5 baht coins were sent to Jianyang's small courtyard, and then several jars of 1-pound liquor were exchanged. In this way, I finally saw the existence of gold in Jianyang's small courtyard. The gold here is real gold, not fake copper ingots. In the currency system of the Han Dynasty, there was no silver, but there was gold. Due to the limited circulation range of gold, it has always been priced at 10,000 baht for 1 or 2 pieces of gold in official pricing. Of course, official pricing and private circulation are also two different things. In affluent areas, it takes 18,000 baht to exchange for 1 or 2 pieces of gold, while in relatively impoverished areas, it even takes 20,000 baht to exchange for 1 or 2 pieces of gold. I heard Ni Heng say that in the court of Emperor Ling of Han, if you want to buy the position of colonel and get 500 taels of gold, it is equivalent to 10 million baht. Oh my goodness, I hate to have less money when I need it. It took us a total of 10 days to distill all 1,000 kilograms of rice wine from the Jianyang wine cellar, and we were able to obtain less than 100 kilograms of Yulu wine. After selling these wines, we only earned 50 taels of gold, 2,000 gold, copper, and tens of thousands of baht. Perhaps because the price of this Yulu liquor was really too high, in the following days, the number of people coming to buy the liquor significantly decreased, and they always kept bargaining. At this point, Ni Heng and I discussed and felt that the consumption power of Pingyuan County should have been depleted. Therefore, we decided to pack up and move to another city to continue making money. I think I can gather enough gold for 500 taels to sell alcohol all the way from Pingyuan County to Luoyang, right? The most direct road from the plain to Luoyang is through Yi City and Chenlu, and then directly to Luoyang. Of course, if there is still time, you can also take a detour from Chenlu and go to Xuchang and Wancheng. Su Chang is so talented. You should know that in the early Three Kingdoms period, many famous advisors such as Sun Yu and Guo Jia from the Cao Cao group were born near Su Chang. If we could bring a few top strategists like Sun's 8 dragons over, it would be amazing. However, that is also a secondary strategic goal. The most important strategic goal now is to earn money and buy an official. Speaking of which, I also want to thank Emperor Ling of Han. Now you clearly indicate the price, that's great. As long as I can find a place to start and catch up with the upgrade of the Yellow Turban Thief's wave of monster hunting, then the future world will allow me to soar. Afterwards, in order to carry the heavy 2,000 gold, copper, in addition to my Juju bred horse, I hired 3 more carriages to drive the money in distilled vessels to the next city of Yi. At this moment, I looked at Xiao Niheng, Zhu Ling, and Jionyang sitting in the carriage. Although the journey of the Three Kingdoms had just begun, my heart was filled with boundless passion, and I couldn't help but sing loudly. Visiting thousands of peaks every day is a great way to enjoy the scenery of the West. The cuckoo birds crow in the village, and the rain is dark. The Polonia flowers are dim, and the stone stream is secluded. The cold wind blows north of Mount Tianxian Mountain, and homesickness passes through the Yellow River. Located thousands of miles away in the Han Dynasty, Shangyun Tianbei is a divine land. Ding dong. The poem Bold Post Station Journey, written, copied, by the gamer has been widely praised, earning a reputation value of 200 points. Currently, the gamer's reputation value is 300 points. By participating in the Lucky Roulette lottery with reputation values, the gamer will have the opportunity to win generals, armies, money, cities. The sound of the system's spirit sword once again sounded. Xiao Jian. Before he could finish speaking, I interrupted him. What's up? Master, are you going to participate in the lottery? Close it, kneel down and be safe. Here. End of this chapter. Chapter 6. The Disfavored Cui Lin. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. The Disfavored Cui Lin, my lord. 5 miles further ahead is Qinghe County. We haven't visited the Cui family, a wealthy family in Qinghe that I told you about last time. You know, those black bear palms have been kept by our subordinates all along. Tonight, we happen to stay overnight at the Cui family. Xiao Niheng said to me from the carriage. Good. As Jinping said, let's visit this Cui Yan and Cui Jigue tonight, I said. Ding dong. Congratulations to the gamer for obtaining the special attribute of Niheng's mouth is cheap reward. Commander +1. Currently, the gamer has 81 Commander-in-Chief, 90 Force, 93 Intelligence, 90 Politics, and 91 Charm. Ding dong. Niheng has been able to accept opinions 3 times in a row, receiving rewards and political +1. Currently, Niheng is in command of 76, with 57 troops, 110 intelligence, and 55 politics. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. To be ashamed, I have been busy making money these days and haven't had a deep conversation with Niheng. I haven't really cleaned up my phone or upgraded my attributes properly. So far, I have only increased my military strength and command a few points, but my intelligence, politics, and charm have basically not changed. I am really lazy just to have enough food and clothing. But anyway, my numerical value is also considered a quasi-first class talent in the Three Kingdoms, and I have to leave some goals to strive for in the future, right? After walking for half an hour, a large courtyard appeared in front of me, with a stone-paved road leading directly from the official road to the courtyard. At the entrance of the courtyard, 4 round-bodied servants stood on either side. Most of the people entering and leaving the courtyard needed to give these servants a signal before they could enter and exit. It looked like the Cui family courtyard was a small county town with an imposing atmosphere. At this moment, we arrived at the gate of the courtyard. Zhu Ling came forward and handed us a prayer and gift, for bare paws, and 2 bottles of half-a-pound jade wine. Then, he handed a few 5 baht coins to the servant at the door. One of the servants came out and politely welcomed us in. Not long after, a handsome young man with 3 strands of clear beard walked in and said to us, "I heard magpies chirping this morning, but I didn't expect a distinguished guest to arrive today. Cui heard a few days ago that there was a god of wine in Pingyuan County, and he was planning to visit. But before he did, the god of wine came to my house." Cui Yen spoke appropriately, but there was also a touch of aristocratic courtesy. Chief Cui has praised me too much. I have long heard of Cui Jigui's name and have always wanted to visit, but unfortunately no one recommended me. However, today no one recommended me, so I came by myself. I hope Brother Jigui doesn't mind my audacity. I followed suit with a few polite words. What did you say? Coming to me is not presumptuous, not coming is presumptuous. Come, I have prepared the food, let's eat while speaking. Cui Yen brought me and I Heng to the hall. Zhu Ling and Jiu Nyang were arranged to dine in another room. Xiao Jian, test the attributes of Cui Yen for me. As I walked, I gave Xiao Jian the command. Ding dong. Cui Yen, currently Commander-in-Chief 62, Force 58, Intelligence 79, Politics 69. Peak attributes. Commander 67, Force 61, Intelligence 83, Politics 73. Special attribute. Recognizing people. Being able to observe a person's inner talent from their speech and behavior with an accuracy rate of 70%. The voice of Xiao Jian came in. Well, from an attribute perspective, this Cui Yen is a subordinate of a second-rate strategist. However, his special skills are a bit interesting, perhaps because he has had more interactions with nobles, which has given him the ability to discern people with his eyes. After arriving at the hall for a while, Cui Yen and I had just taken our seats when a few young people walked into the door. I see that their appearance is somewhat similar to that of Cui Yen, they should be the brothers of the Cui family. Among them, the eldest is 20.8 or 9, and the youngest is only 12 or 13 years old. It should be Cui Yen who asked them to come and see me together. But just as they were walking inside, a tall person behind suddenly reached out and hooked the person in front of them, and the person in front fell to the ground like a dog eating shit. At this moment, Cui Yan's brothers immediately burst into laughter. When Cui Yen saw this scene, he felt a little unhappy on his face and couldn't help but scold, "No nonsense. Why do you behave like this in front of guests?" The playful and smiling guy who reached out and hooked people was not embarrassed, and said, "Third brother, you said there was a distinguished guest coming and you wanted us to accompany you, but how did Cui Lin, this useless person, also come with you? Look at his fragile appearance, it's better to go back and recuperate." "Nonsense!" Cui Yen said with a stern expression, "Cui Lin is a late bloomer, sooner or later he will surpass you all." Yes. We all look forward to Cui Lin's broad connections in the future. The guy who reached out and hooked people casually responded, speaking insincerely. "Xiao Jian, let me check the attributes of Cui Lin again." As I listened to the conversation between the Cui brothers, I quietly gave Xiao Jian another command. Ding dong. Cui Lin, currently Commander 27, Force 35, Intelligence 69, Politics 54. Peak attributes. Commander 69, Force 41, Intelligence 85, Politics 81. Special attributes. Employment. Has a special insight into talent attributes, with an accuracy rate of 80%. If it is responsible for overall planning of official positions and positions, it can achieve the full potential of everyone. The voice of Xiao Jian came. I don't know if I don't look, I'm scared at first sight. At this moment, I couldn't help but feel a bit surprised. This Cui Lin not only has a slightly higher peak attribute than Cui Yan, but his special skill is an upgraded version of Cui Yan's recognition of people. Although from the current attributes, Cui Lin seems a bit bleak, with pitifully low martial arts and commander values, so he has been bullied by his brothers in the clan. However, once he has a suitable platform, this Cui Lin is much more powerful than Cui Yan, and it is not an exaggeration to say that Cui Lin has the talent of a prime minister. No wonder in my memory, Cui Yan only held the position of Shangshu in the Chao Wei group, but Cui Lin held high positions such as Situ and Sikong. It seems that the real big fish of the Cui family is this Cui Lin, not Cui Yan. After reading Cui Lin's attributes, I asked Xiao Jian to check the attributes of several other brothers in the Cui family, all of which were 50 and 60 garbage. Born into such a wealthy family with only such attributes, it's really a waste of resources. It seems that only the Cui brothers, Cui Yan and Cui Lin, have some talent in the Cui family. After a while, the servants of the Cui family set up the dishes and wine, and the 4 bear paws I gifted had already been made into delicious dishes, as well as the 2 jars of jade dew wine. This Cui Yan has an elegant and witty speech, and is very good at chatting, so the atmosphere at the banquet quickly became lively. After each person drank 2 cups of Yulu wine, the brothers of the Cui family seemed to have become close friends with me for many years and began to call each other brothers. At this point, our topic also shifted from wine and food to major global events. Brother Yoji, what do you think of the major events in this world? Cui Yan seemed to have a heart to test me, so he said to me. You'd better bring the topic here, because I'm going to roast about the incompetence, ignorance, and shamelessness of the Eastern Han dynasty. In my opinion, nowadays, the public does not trust others, and the private does not help friends. The officials of the court often take responsibility for their setbacks. Today they are still the imperial censor, and tomorrow they may be demoted to the southern barbarians. The lives of the people are even more difficult, and even in warm winters, they will worry about keeping warm. Even if they have a good harvest this year, some people will not be able to eat enough. As the saying goes, when will they be defeated? I said. Ah. Brother Lu Jian is indeed as his name suggests, his words are sharp. At this moment, Cui Yan heard me say too directly, obviously afraid that these words would spread, and his title of address for me had changed from a formal character to a name. No, I don't think it's sharp enough. At this point, I smiled again and said, in my opinion, now that Zhongzhuan is sitting in the court discussing the situation, but the Holy Lord doesn't punish her, and the officials don't rebuke her. Surprisingly, no one dares to say anything about changing the current situation. Now, the court is dark because of bribery, and the world will also be in chaos because of injustice. Lu Jian has drunk too much. It seems that your Yulu wine is really good, it has already made people lose their minds. Cui Yan quickly held me down. So how does Brother Yoji think we should rectify the world? At this moment, Cui Lin unexpectedly took the words over. And at this moment, I glanced at everyone present and said, if I were to hold the whip of the world, I would take it upon myself to uphold the teachings of the world. I would be wise and cautious in punishment, respect and protect the people, and use virtue to match the heavens. I would establish the Yongxi system for the people. These words are inventory that I have been pondering for several days, and then have Ni polish them. My goal is the world. If I don't show some ambition for the world earlier, wouldn't people keep suppressing me like a businessman? I wouldn't be like hypocritical masters like Lu Der and Chao Pai, who clearly want the world to be great, yet still boast about how loyal they are to the Han dynasty. Today, I want to say, I will replace it like Xiang Yu. At this moment, Cui Yan was completely stunned, thinking to himself that this wine god really dares to make a grand speech. After he remained silent for a while, he sighed and said, if it were in a chaotic world, you would really have the grace of Emperor Guangwu. My lord may have devoted himself to the business world for a while, but he is determined to conquer the world. At this moment, Niehang heard me finish speaking and rushed to repair his sword. He only heard him say, "Why not go to Luoyang with my lord to seek fame?" Perhaps in Niehang's view, this Cui Yen is the only talent he likes. Well. Little brother, stop joking. At this moment, Cui Yen chuckled twice and said, "I, Cui Yen, am now the head of the Cui family. I was just recommended as the Lijiang a few days ago. I am really powerless and have no courage, Obviously, he clearly refused. Third brother, I want to follow brother Yoji to Luoyang, Cui Lin suddenly said. And just after Cui Lin finished saying these words, I couldn't help but secretly feel a joy in my heart. I didn't expect Cui Lin to be so successful and rushed to join me. Don't act recklessly. Now that the emperor is wise and the four directions are prosperous, as a member of the Cui family, don't say anything out of tune. Cui Yen quickly said. Third brother, the reason why I have been in Qinghe County all this time is because of his care. But today, I saw that brother Yoji has an extraordinary demeanor, so I want to follow brother Yoji to explore the world. My decision has been made. Cui Lin said firmly. I said, third brother, let Cui Lin follow the god of wine to Luoyang. The brother who tripped over Cui Lin just now joked again, maybe Cui Lin can really become a founding hero or something, This. At this moment, Cui Yen hesitated a bit. To be honest, Cui Yen still has great confidence in Cui Lin. He has always believed that Cui Lin's talent is introverted, his achievements are late, and he may even surpass himself one day. However, I didn't expect Cui Lin to have such a firm view of me, which made Cui Yan's judgment of me somewhat confused. Third brother, if you think following Yoji will have an impact on the clan, I am willing to be removed from the family tree. Cui Lin looked at Cui Yen with a burning gaze. Brother, what kind of words do you say? At this moment, Cui Yen had already made a decision in his heart, so he said, brother, you aspire to the world. As a brother, I will only praise you. In the future, whether you are of great achievements or extremely poor, you will all be the legitimate descendants of our Cui family. Since you are going to Luoyang with brother Yoji, I will allocate 500 taels of gold, 1,000,005 baht, 1,000 stones of corn, and 1,000 pieces of cloth in the name of the family. I will also allocate 30 servants, horses, and vehicles to you. Wishing you success in your journey. Third brother, did you give too much? After Cui Yen finished speaking, the other brothers of the Cui family stood up. What's going on? What I said doesn't count. Cui Yen sat there at this moment, not even blinking his eyelids, and said with great momentum. Well. The third brother the final say. It seems that Cui Yen still has a certain prestige in the family. At this time, the other brothers did not dare to say anything more. Brother Yoji. At this moment, Cui Yen saluted me with grace and said, my brother will entrust you to take care of him in the future. At this moment, I gave a Xiaobao smile and said, I am well aware of your younger brother Cui Deru's talent. If he were to become a Jiuqing, it would be like playing with him. From now on, he would be wrapped up in me. Wrapped around you. Humph. I'm not afraid of losing my big teeth when I speak. The brothers of the Cui family murmured softly. The next morning, the money and food given by the Cui family were enough to carry 30 large carts. And I bid farewell to Cui Yen with Nihang, Cui Lin, Zhu Ling, and Zhonyang, heading west all the way. I said, Cui Lin, I see you're so thin that you don't have any flesh on your body, but you're cunning enough. When I saw the Lord, I didn't even bow down. You fell all over the ground when you saw the Lord's first face. This problem of your humble mouth really hasn't changed. Now he is always mocking others besides me. Ha ha. Why don't you bow down when you see the Lord? To tell you something, Cui Lin has a problem. If it wasn't for the biggest wudong tree in the world, I would never fall down easily. I'm not as blind as my brothers. I guess they may not have a chance to see the Lord in the future. Cui Lin is not angry, but he flattered me calmly. Okay. The Daru brothers value me so much, and I will definitely not let you down. At this moment, I smiled slightly and said, your brothers, they don't care about you today, and tomorrow you will make them climb high. Ding dong. The player is telling the world's aspirations in Qinghe County and has been widely praised, earning a reputation value of 100 points. Currently, the player's reputation value is 400 points. Really don't want a lottery. All prizes are doubled. End of this chapter. Chapter 7. The third martial general in the world. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors. Chapter 8. Bridal chamber, flowers and candles, worshipping uncle and brother. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 8. Bridal chamber, flowers and candles, worshipping uncle and brother. When Dian Wei and I rode for more than 10 miles, he suddenly stopped his horse and said, Your Majesty. I won't thank you for your great kindness, I still have to go back to Chenlu. Wait a moment. You're not having a headache, are you? Don't you know that Chenlu has at least 1,000 people catching you? I grabbed Dian Wei's reins and quickly said. I know, but the second girl is still in the city. I can't leave her alone, said Dian Wei. Second girl. Are you your daughter? I asked with some confusion. No, it's mine. At this point, Dian Wei's face turned red. I didn't expect such a killer king to be shy at times. Hee, it's your crush, isn't it? I smiled and said. No, it's not. Second girl hasn't been with me yet. Dian Wei continued, blushing. This Dian Wei has exceptional martial arts skills, but when it comes to speaking, he is a bit clumsy. After chatting with him for a while, I finally figured out the whole story. It turns out that Dian Wei once had a girl he liked, Lu Shi, who was the second girl Dian Wei referred to. Although Dian Wei really liked Lu Area and Lu Area also had some interest in him, Dian Wei's family did not have much wealth, so the Lu family betrothed this area to Li Yong, a wealthy family. Because it was the order of his parents, Dian Wei had no choice but to go around and learn martial arts after feeling frustrated for a while. He developed various skills. Who would have known that a few years later, Dian Wei returned to the village and found out that Li Yong had become the son-in-law of the governor of Wu County in order to climb the high branch, and the original Lu area was naturally laid off by Li Yong. In the Han dynasty, there was not much emphasis on the chastity of women, so Dian Wei found Lu area again and wanted to continue their relationship with her. But at this moment, Lu area had already been blinded by hatred and was determined to seek revenge against Li Yong. In order to vent his anger on Lu area, Dian Wei took her on this journey of revenge. So the two of them ran from their hometown to Fuqian, and then chased after Chen Lu from Fuqian. After Dian Wei and Lu area found Li Yong, they realized that Li Yong had become a powerful figure with the help of his father-in-law. There were hundreds of servants in the Guangfu family, and it was impossible to kill them and seek revenge. So Dian Wei stood guard at the entrance of the Li mansion, waiting for Li Yong to leave before retaliating. When it comes to ordinary hooligans seeking revenge, it usually means hitting a stick or throwing a brick, but for Dian Wei, the murderer, revenge means sending him to see the king of hell. So, including Li Yong and his wife, more than 100 people died directly. Alright, Anong, I've finished speaking. I really need to go back to Chenlu to pick up the second maid. At this moment, Dian Wei clenched his fists and headed towards Chenlu again. Don't. Look, with your height and round waist, who can't recognize you? I quickly said, don't worry, as long as you run a mile away from the Chenlu city wall, the officers and soldiers who are surrounding you will surely rush out. But I must take out the second girl. She wants to see me tonight and she may be worried about it. Even if she goes back and has another big fight, it doesn't matter. Jian Wei gritted his teeth and said. Hey, isn't it just picking up second girl? What's the big deal? I'll go. At this moment, I patted my chest and said, do you have a token to prove your identity? Tell me where second girl lives, and I'll go see her with something. I promise to bring it out to you unnoticed. Moreover, I advise you not to be impulsive. You have excellent martial arts skills and are not afraid of being besieged, but second girl is a woman and any soldier can catch her. If you hurt second girl's life because of recklessness, there is no regret medicine you can take. Well. I never thought of that. It would really trouble my lord. He saved both my life and the lives of the second girl. I really don't know how to repay him, Jian Wei said. Brother Jian Wei, don't be polite. At this moment, I grabbed Jian Wei's hand and said with my best acting skills, in this chaotic world, if you and I can meet, we are brothers. If you recognize me as a brother, then we will live and die together and explore the world together. Now that the world is chaotic and the tide is surging, it is the time for heroes like you and me to rise. When Jian Wei heard me speak with great enthusiasm, he suddenly became excited and said, if I don't give up on Duke N, Jian Wei is willing to follow him around. I don't know his noble name. My surname is Lu Mingjian, my courtesy name is Yoji, and I am the Empress Dowager of Zhongshan Jingwang. At this moment, I confidently said, although my family is in decline, my ambition is higher than heaven and I am willing to break through the world with my cloth clothes. Meeting the Jian Wei brothers today is really an arrangement from heaven. Jian Wei brothers should no longer have a long or short grace. If the Jian Wei brothers are willing to fight the world with me, how should we be called brothers in the future? Okay. I, Jian Wei, have traveled far and wide, and have never seen a hero like my brother before. From now on, I, Jian Wei, am willing to follow my brother and never give up. After Jian Wei finished speaking, he nodded and bowed, while I quickly helped him up. Good guy, Jian Wei has a lot of strength. Even though he hasn't used all his strength yet, all the muscle lumps on my arm were about to burst out before I helped him up. At this moment, I supported Jian Wei's broad shoulders and gave him a fierce hug twice. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect it to really happen. I used to not believe in any charm value, but now it seems that this charm value is really a hidden artifact. If it weren't for Xiao En Aihang, the magical tool that brushes attributes, which made my charm exceed 90 points, Jian Wei might not even bother with me, and now he has been bought out for life by me in just a few words. What a huge explosion of character. However, since my charm value is so high, why haven't I recruited anyone like Zhu Zhu and Tian Feng? Sigh. Thinking of this, my heart aches faintly again. Xiao Jian, check the attributes of Jian Wei for me, I said to myself in my heart. Ding dong. Jian Wei, Commander-in-Chief 62, Force 100, Intelligence 31, Politics 29. Currently, all attributes have reached their peak. Special Attribute 1. Divine Power. Attribute Characteristics. The arms have 1,000 pounds of power, unparalleled in the world. If colliding with a human weapon, there is a high probability of knocking the opponent's weapon away. Special Attribute 2. Killing God. Attribute Feature. Stimulates killing energy in life and death battles, randomly reduces enemy force by 110 points, and reduces action speed by 10%. Special Attribute 3. Good Halberd. Attribute Feature. When using a weapon as a halberd, the force value increases by 3 points. I'll go. Undoubtedly a top-notch general, Jian Wei has 3 special attributes. I said Jian Wei was so awesome when he killed someone. It turns out he would lower the enemy's strength. So even if he encounters Lu Bu, he still has a chance to win. But I don't think it's that simple. You should know that as the world's top general, LV Bu should not be easily intimidated by Dian Wei's murderous aura. Humph, it's okay. Sanja will see Lu Bu sooner or later. Let me test his attributes and I'll know. After checking the attributes of Dian Wei, I briefly discussed with him. Dian Wei found a cave nearby and waited, while I returned to Chen Luqing with Dian Wei's token. Before I left, I made an agreement with Dian Wei that if he was discovered, he would cut off one of the trees in front of the cave, which would mean he had gone to the southern mountains to hide himself. I would go there to find him then. Additionally, I left most of my wealth and stylish armor to Dian Wei. Alas, who said my armor is so eye-catching? If I wear it now and go back, I will definitely be caught immediately. Fortunately, when I was shopping with Ni Heng, I was wearing a cloak outside, and no one saw that I was the person wearing tiger armor. When I rode my horse to a place about 2 miles away from Chenlu City, I stopped riding to prevent the horse from being caught off guard, and then walked back to Chenlu. At this point, I saw that the chaos outside the city of Chenlu had come to an end. Most of the servants who had been killed by Dian Wei had already wrapped themselves in mats and were waiting for the corpses to be collected. When I entered the city, I did not encounter any difficulties. Humph, now my brother and I are also wealthy. Just looking at the cloak outside, I know it's a wealthy family, so the soldiers guarding the city gate just casually asked me a few questions and let me enter the city. And when I entered the city, I found Ni Heng and the others. After arranging for my servants to make some purchases, I drove a carriage to find Dian Wei's dream lover, Lady Luoyang. Not to mention, this second girl is quite beautiful, with a tall stature and wheat-colored skin, but her eyes are still somewhat gloomy. It seems that she cannot let go of Li Yong's abandonment. At this point, Chen Luqing had been in chaos for a long time, and Dian Wei had not returned. Lu Area probably guessed that Dian Wei had an accident, but she didn't dare to run out and be discovered. Just as she was so anxious that she was wandering around, I took Dian Wei's token, a wallet that Lu Ariaxiu gave to Dian Wei, and found her. Then, with my 3-inch eloquence, I recounted the story of how Dian Wei killed the Li Yong couple, how he managed to escape from Chenlu City under the pursuit of hundreds of people, and finally how I, who was wise, divine, and domineering, saved him from birth. During the storytelling process, I made full use of storytelling, oral skills, and the artistic techniques of American blockbuster montages, which almost made Lu Aria's heart skip a beat. After I finally finished telling the story, Lu Aria was already crying with tears streaming down her face, crying and shouting for me to take her to find Dian Wei. So, while the gate of Chenlu City was not yet closed, I took Lu Aria in a carriage and arrived outside the city. Half an hour later, when Lu Aria saw Dian Wei, she threw herself into his arms and cried endlessly, leaving Dian Wei completely at a loss. Alas, I still have to take action at the critical moment. At this moment, I tried to persuade Lu Aria several times, and she stopped crying. However, she didn't want to let go of Dian Wei's hand anymore. As he watched Lu Aria finally stop crying, Dian Wei breathed a sigh of relief and said to me, "Big brother, where are we going from now on?" "Wait, brother Dian Wei. Don't call me big brother anymore. I want to recognize brother Lu Jian as my own brother," Lu Aria suddenly said. "I'm not calling, are you calling?" Dian Wei was a bit confused again. "Yeah. I'm grateful to brother Lu Jian for saving you, this fool, and I also want to thank him for breaking my heart knot, so I want to recognize brother Lu Jian as my own brother. As for you, you should be my brother's brother. In law." As she said this, Lu Aria's face showed 2 bright blushes, which made Dian Wei feel a bit stunned. "Haha. That's great. The Lu surname is one family in the world, and the second girl is my younger sister." I said, "Dian Wei, are you willing or not?" I said to Dian Wei, "I'm willing. I'm willing. If second girl can recognize big brother as her brother, of course I'm willing." Dian Wei nodded and said, "I'm willing to give you a head." I slapped Dian Wei on the back of the head. "Huh, It's really great to be able to shoot the back of the head of the world's third general. When I saw Dian Wei still didn't understand, I said, I asked if you would like to be my brother. Law. If you do, you should call me uncle in the future. If you don't want to, I'll have to take my sister with me. At that point, I pretended to be pulling Lu Area away. Willing. Dian Wei hurriedly replied, and he was afraid that I would pull Lu Area away, so he actually hugged Lu Area's small waist with both hands. Fool. At this moment, Lu Area was angry and shy, so anxious that she slapped Dian Wei's arm. Haha. Dian Wei, don't worry, sister, don't be shy either. Take a look at what this is. As I spoke, I took out a whole set of things from the box of the carriage. There are 2 big red candles inside, a big red blanket, a set of big red bridal dresses, a groom's big red flower, several plates of delicious dishes, and of course, there is definitely Yulu wine exclusively brewed by my god of wine. Big brother, so you were already ready. At this moment, Lu Area's eyes became slightly wet again. How about it? Big brother, be considerate. I smiled and said, tonight, let's hold a wedding for my beloved sister and the Dian Wei brothers in this cave. Brother. Woo. Lu Area started crying again, pulling Dian Wei and bowing to me. And I quickly helped the 2 of them up and said, today I am both the big brother and the matchmaker. Under my witness, let you 2, the hard-working Mandarin ducks, tie the knot together. From now on, may you help each other, spend this life together, have a long-lasting friendship, and grow old together. Yes. Brother. Yes. Uncle. Lu Area and Dian Wei both solemnly kowtowed to me 3 times before getting up. That night, after Dian Wei and Lu Area changed their clothes, they worshipped heaven and earth under the reflection of the big red candles, and then worshipped me, the big brother. Finally, they became a couple. And I have a 200% confidence that I have firmly grasped Dian Wei in this lifetime. End of this chapter. Chapter 9. Setting foot in Luoyang City. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 9. Setting foot in Luoyang City. A few days later, in a small village west of Chenlu. Ni Heng, Cui Lin, and others met us again with the large amount of money they had just earned from Chenlu. Wow. At this moment, Ni Heng was like a curious little dog, spinning around Dian Wei and saying, wow. It's really abnormal. It's really cruel. It's really blinding my dog's eyes. May I ask which level of hell you crawled out of? Are you Yen? You're really the terminator of the end of the world. The task of destroying the world is left to you. When I saw that I really pulled Dian Wei into the team, Ni Heng was a bit crazy. What level of hell does it mean? Dian Wei clearly didn't quite understand the words Yu Heng had used. Alright, let me introduce you to everyone. At this moment, I smiled and said to Ni Heng and others, this tall and beautiful woman is my younger sister, Lu Qin. She came to me from her hometown. And this big black guy is my brother. Law. A few days ago, after Dian Wei and Lu Area got married, I found out that Lu Area actually didn't have a name. Generally, outsiders call her Lu Shi, and the people in their village call her Area. It seems that there were not many people who could read in the Han dynasty. A living person didn't even have a name. So I named the second girl Lu Qin as my elder brother. Because we are siblings, we take the meaning of sword courage and Qin heart. Of course, in the Han dynasty, a single character name represented noble status, so names such as Ni Heng and Cui Lin were all one character. Otherwise, I'll just give Area 2 names like Lu Yifei and Lu Shi. As for Dian Wei, his real name cannot be used for a short period of time. Coincidentally, Dian Wei only had his name without any characters, so I gave him the character Evil Comes. If we don't say it, others would think that Dian Wei's name is called Evil. After introducing everyone, we continued to drive west with more than 10 carts of gold, copper ingots, and 5 baht coins, heading straight towards Luoyang. In the past few days in Chenlu City, I have auctioned off Yulu liquor again through Cui Lin, and my total assets have reached nearly 2,000 taels of gold. Although Cui Lin replaced most of the copper ingots with gold in Chenlu, he still kept a few thousand gold, copper ingots, for the expenses of Luoyang City. In addition, he also purchased some treasures such as jade, amber, jadeite, tortoiseshell, etc., in order to make friends with high-ranking officials and nobles in Luoyang City. Don't say it, having a younger brother is just a hassle-free experience. What was the most expensive during the Three Kingdoms period? Talents. The Great Wall was not built by one person, and the Great Han Dynasty was not built by one person. Even if my attributes are amazing, I have to rely on my younger brother to implement it. Ding dong. The player is auctioning off Yulu wine in Chenlucheng, earning a reputation value of 100 points. Currently, the player's reputation value is 800 points. Don't you want to draw a lottery? No. Okay, 88. The voice of Xiao Jian rang out again. Wait, sword man, wait. At this moment, I quickly stopped Xiao Jian and said, I remember the last time Yi City auctioned Yulu wine and gained 200 points of reputation. Why did I only gain 100 points of reputation in Chenlu City? How can there be a difference in reputation between these two cities of similar size? It's like this. Xiao Jian's voice said, last time at the Jade wine auction in Yi City, the owner personally appeared and participated, so based on the population base, the owner obtained 200 reputation points. However, this time in Chenlu, the owner did not participate in the auction from beginning to end, and was all done by his subordinates, so only half of the reputation points were obtained. The owner wants to obtain reputation points, and can choose two ways. One is to do it personally, and the reputation points can be obtained by the highest value. The second method is to let the owner do it, but the reputation points need to be adjusted proportionally. Of course, since Dian Wei has become you. As soon as you reveal Dian Wei's identity, you can immediately gain a large amount of reputation points. I estimate it will not be lower than 1,000 points, farewell. In order to obtain these 1,000 reputation points, I also have to have my life to take them. At this moment, I pouted and said, Dian Wei has committed such a big murder case. If the servants of the Li family know about it, except for me and Dian Wei, everyone else will probably have to die, let alone the money I cannot easily earn. Alright, you kneel down and rest assured. Cheer. The voice of the little sword came. From the white snow tower, one can gaze at the countryside, surrounded by green mountains and vast waters. Meeting the envoy from the capital at the Chaolai ferry, he said that the smoke and dust are close to Luoyang. 5 days later, we finally arrived at Luoyang City. Luoyang City is located north of Mangshan Mountain, south of Yik, with the Luo River flowing through it. It is bordered by Hulao Pass to the east and Hangu Pass to the west, surrounded by mountains and towering gates. Since ancient times, it has been known as the 8-Pass capital, and the mountains and rivers are arched, and the situation is unparalleled in the world. Moreover, Luoyang is known as the center of the world, with its eastern border on the Jianghuai River, western border on Guanlong, northern border on Yuyan, and southern border on Jingxiang. It is known as the convergence of 8 directions, hinterland of 9 provinces, and thoroughfare of 10 provinces. Therefore, throughout all dynasties, Luoyang City has been a battleground for feudal lords to compete in the Central Plains, becoming the most important political, economic, and cultural center in history. The Jidao Post Road outside Luoyang City is as straight as an arrow, and all the roads in the world finally converge to this Luoyang City, reaching every distance. The city of Luoyang is composed of a triple circle of palace, inner city, and outer city, with the most core being the imperial North Palace and South Palace shaped like a LU. The Northern Palace is where the emperor and his concubines reside, while the Southern Palace is where the emperor handles government affairs. The South Palace and the North Palace are connected by 3 exclusive royal roads, and most people do not have the right to set foot on these exclusive royal roads. It can be said that from Luoyang with the North Palace as its core to the north, it is basically the exclusive territory of the emperor. On the west side of the North Palace, there are royal palace gardens such as Zhuolong Garden, Stargazing Terrace, and White Horse Temple. On the east side of the North Palace, Yong'an Palace is the residence of the Empress Dowager. This southern city of Luoyang has formed an administrative office with the South Palace as its core, with the residences of the Grand Commandant, Situ, and Sikong officials located adjacent to the southeast of the South Palace. Within the inner city surrounding the outskirts of Nangong, there are various residential areas for people of all kinds. The northeast direction is mostly the mansions of high-ranking officials and nobles, which is the aristocratic district. The southwest direction is the most lowly, because the mass graves of Luoyang City are located in the southwest direction. In addition, outside the residential area, there are also areas such as Craftsman's District, Jinshi, Mashi, and Yangshi. There are 5 east-west and 5 north-south streets in the entire inner city of Luoyang. The bustling streets and bustling crowds make people like Ni Heng and Dian Wei dizzy from the sight. Even Cui Lin, who has seen some markets before, sincerely exclaimed that Luoyang City is really bustling. When I saw the dazzling appearance of Ni Heng and others, I couldn't help but secretly sigh. If we follow the original trajectory of history, Dong Zhuo will burn down this city of Luoyang in 6 or 7 years, and I don't know if I can change this period of history. Since we are seeking official positions in Luoyang City, I will directly ask Cui Lin to buy a mansion in Jinshi. Half a day later, Cui Lin chose a medium-sized courtyard in the northeast noble district. This mansion has 3 entrances and can accommodate over 100 people. And this used to be an official's mansion, but now that he has returned to his hometown, Cui Lin bought it directly with 3,000 gold, copper. Although Cui Lin's 3,000 gold coins can be considered a big deal, these 3,000 coins have been converted into less than 100 taels of real gold. For me, a wealthy tycoon with a wealth of 2,000 taels of gold, it is just a small sum of money. After buying the house, our group split into 3 groups of people. I, Ni Heng, and Cui Lin respectively inquired about where officials could be bribed or directly purchased official positions. Jiu Nyang brought Zhu Ling to purchase grain, utensils, and ordinary rice wine, intending to open a hotel in Luoyang City for a long time. Lu Qin, on the other hand, brought Dian Wei to purchase various items needed for drinking, food, and daily life in the mansion. He also directly bought several servants who cooked and served tea and water. Now Lu Qin has fully taken over this mansion as my younger sister. Ding dong. The gamer Lu Jian throws 3,000 gold coins to purchase a set of Luoyang aristocratic district mansions, earning a reputation value of 200 points. Currently, the gamer's reputation value is 1,000 points. By participating in the Lucky Roulette lottery with reputation values, the gamer will have the opportunity to win generals, armies, money, official positions, weapons, armor, famous horses, beautiful women, and even a city directly. Aren't you going to spend money to buy an official? Now the lottery may directly win the high official position of Zhuqing. The system elf Xiao Jian's cheap voice rang out again. I'm talking about swordsman, you're very talkative today. Didn't you just shut down when you reported your reputation in the past? Why is there so much nonsense today? You didn't know I didn't draw. I said angrily. Haha. That's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Just heard the voice of Xiao Jian. As the player's reputation value has exceeded 1,000 points, the system has activated a large lottery mode of drawing 1,000 points in reputation. Through the large lottery, the player may receive higher rewards for generals, armies, money, official positions, weapons, armor, famous horses, beauties, treasures. Wait, Xiao Jian. At this moment, I frowned and said, just tell me directly, can I get an additional lottery gift or something like this 1,000 point lottery? Hee hee, don't worry. I am the warmest, most caring little elf, Xiao Jian. The voice of Xiao Jian echoed again. Let me tell you, this is the first time using a 1,000-point reputation lottery. Players can directly obtain the treasure sword, De Xia Long Ke Dao, the treasure horse, Zi Yun Hua Xing Beast, and the secret script, Tianxian Mingyue sword technique. How about it, do you feel tempted? Now the lottery, you can win it immediately. What? The anchor told me that 249 players have already participated in the large lottery. Now participating, you are the 250th. Go, go, go. Don't mess with these TV sales things for me. I said with some frustration, can you introduce me to the properties of these three things? Okay, ding dong. Xiao Jian said, the Great Xia Dragon Sparrow Blade is a precious blade made by Emperor Ji, the older brother of Tang Yao, who collected the essence of the world's gold. It was bestowed upon the Lord of the World by Empress N Yua. The dragon is shaped like a snake, and the sparrow is the eye of a divine beast, which means the head of the Xia dynasty. Legend has it that whoever obtains this precious sword will gain the world. If they fight with this precious sword, their strength value will increase by 10. The BMW Purple Cloud transforms into a beast, is a BMW transformed by the 9 heavens purple cloud. Riding on it, it soars like a cloud and is accompanied by a purple light. It travels thousands of miles every day and 800 miles at night, leaping over cliffs and cliffs. The BMW is divine and intelligent, and once it recognizes its owner, it will never give up. If riding on this horse for battle, its strength value will increase by 10. The secret script Tianxian Mingyue knife technique is said to be the first sword technique in the world. If the moon is flawless, take the enemy's head outside of Tianxia. If practiced diligently, you can obtain the special attribute Good Knife. Attribute feature. When using a weapon as a knife, the force value increases by 110 points. I'll go. When I heard about these gift-giving attributes, I almost immediately had an impulse to draw a lottery. If I were to draw a lottery, I wouldn't have to increase my military power by 30 points, and if I win the Great Summer Dragon Sparrow, I will definitely win the world. This lottery is really great. In the future, if you want to make a name for yourself, you will inevitably have to fight on the battlefield. With these top-notch weapons and BMWs, you will not be afraid to fight all over the world. May I ask the player, is there a lottery now? Xiao Jian's voice was full of temptation. Wait a minute, could you introduce me to what prizes I could win from a lottery? I suppressed my impulse and said to Xiao Jian again. I'd better understand better, don't let this guy be deceived again. Ding dong. Through a 1,000-point reputation lottery, you may receive prizes such as 100 gold, copper, 100 stones of grain, 100 soldiers, 1,000 weapons or armor, a general with attributes not less than 80 points, a peerless weapon, and so on. Of course, you must believe it. You really have a chance to win a city, and you really have a chance to win Diaochan. The voice of the small sword came. I'll go, Xiao Jian. You've been telling me you have a chance to get a city, a Diaochan, and so on. I asked you, what's the chance of really getting a city? And what's the chance of getting a Diaochan? When Xiao Jian finished talking about these lottery prizes, I calmed down a bit and said with some confusion. These gifts are disposable, of course they are so good, but these prizes are not very interesting. I'm afraid I really want to draw you a prize for these gifts, but I have to ask carefully how much chance you have of winning the best prize in these draws. The chance of the lottery is classified as a system secret, so it cannot be disclosed. Xiao Jian hesitated for a moment and said. I won't reveal it, right? Then I won't smoke anymore. See you again. I couldn't help but roll my eyes and say. If you don't reveal it, then don't reveal it. Anyway, I can draw at any time, and there's no need to be in a hurry. Wait. Master, I really can't tell you the chance of winning the city, but I can reveal a little bit about the chance of winning Diaochan in the lottery. Only heard the voice of Xiao Jian. Oh. Let's hear it then. I said. To be honest, the biggest chances in the lottery are still money, food, and soldiers. The chance of getting a general is only 1/15, while the chance of women among generals is only 1/10. Of course, these so-called female generals do not only refer to female generals like Ma Yunlu, Sun Shangxiang, and LV Lingqi who can go to battle and kill enemies, but also include beautiful women like Jiao Chan, De Qiao, Xiao Qiao, and Zhou Shi. The more beautiful these beauties are, the lower the chance of getting them, but they really have a chance to get them. Xiao Jian's voice said. Can you tell me the probability of Jiao Chan winning among female generals? I pondered for a moment and asked. 1 in 10,000, said Xiao Jian. Nanny. 1 in 10,000. As soon as I heard the sound of the small sword, I almost became anxious and loudly said, the probability of getting a general is 1 in 15, and the probability of getting a female general is only 1 in 10. Jiao Chan is also 1 in 10,000 among female generals. This means that the probability of getting Jiao Chan is only 1 in 15. If I had to spend 1,000 reputation points in a lottery each time, wouldn't I have to spend 1.5 billion reputation points if I wanted to draw Jiao Chan directly according to the normal probability? Your so-called drawing of Jiao Chan is really theoretical. If I really have 1.5 billion reputation points, I'm afraid I would have 1.5 billion reputation points. Have you already gained half of the world, right? Are you lying to a silly kid? Even if I'm lascivious, I don't need to flirt with beautiful women like this, do I? Hee, don't be angry, Playmaster. Xiao Jian's voice said, if you really use 1.5 billion reputation points to draw a prize, the result will definitely not be as simple as a mink cicada. If you draw so many times, I'm afraid your money, food, and troops have already become the richest in the world, and you can still conquer a large territory. Okay, Xiao Jian. My husband will win the title and the general will be marquis after 100 battles. I still have this kind of morale. At this time, I pondered for a while and said, if I always stare at your lottery, I will become a lottery winner who always fantasizes about 5 million yuan. If there is a lottery in the future, you just need to remind me. I will decide whether to draw or not. Okay, gamer, are you really not smoking anymore? I won't smoke today, please shut down. Okay. Didi. End of this chapter. Chapter 10. The people closest to the Emperor. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The source has no content or has errors.